Trance really takes you into a trance. Fahadh Faasil, Anwar Rasheed, Amal Nirad, and Nazriya Nazim take you into a trance. This is the story of a struggling motivational speaker and his mentally unstable brother. They have a history of poverty and family suicides. After his brother commits suicide, Viju, Fahadh Faasil, leaves Kanyakumari and goes to Mumbai, where his fortune changes for better or worse, where he is hired by tycoons who use him and religion as a drug for the masses to create a frenzy and take them into a trance, thus making millions. Thus, Viju Shastri becomes Pastor JC, Joshua Carlton. It's the story of his rise and fall. Mind you, it's not a satire on God, but on organized religion. Religiosities which propagates superstitions, blind faith, which forsakes the use of reason, thus making it like a opium of the masses. God has never told us not to use our reason or intellect. Of course, intellect has its limits, but are we supposed to shun it? The film exposes the underbelly of godmen and the wealth which they amass for personal gain. Let's go into a little details. Let me take you back to the beginning of the film. The film opens in a small house in Kanyakumari overlooking the sea. Fahad, a struggler in terms of career, money, family, wants to make it big as a motivational speaker. His day starts in front of the mirror where he says, "Today my life will be eventful, fruitful, wonderful, beautiful and successful." He is so good. He is a real superstar. He is the finest actor we have in India currently. The way he builds up his character graph in the film is amazing. Transforming from Viju success juice to Pastor JC. The transformation is astounding and par excellence. A few scenes, if I can share with you, of the beginning of the film. In one scene, he is stuck in a lift with someone and she has claustrophobia, and he says it can be cured in 3 simple steps. Another scene is a motivational class for mostly senior citizens on a terrace filled with water tanks. He tells them, "Be confident," with a pelvic thrust. Be confident, be confident, be confident. Another funny scene is when he answers his own phone as a receptionist and then says, "Hold on," and comes on as Viju. So all said and done, the build-up is fantastic, and after his brother dies, he lands up in Bombay. And the credits start after 30 minutes. Now, who fucking does these mad things? These Malayalam filmmakers are experimenting. The credit starts after 30 minutes. Anwar Rasheed has made a massy, entertaining, a good commercial film, but at the same time, he is experimenting. Hitchcock used to do these mad things. They have even designed the beginning credits like Hitchcock and Truffaut used to do. Let us talk about another crucial aspect of this film, which is the cinematography. DOPs are supposed to be collaborators, according to Storaro. Here, in the true sense, the DOP is the collaborator, rather than just putting the camera and shooting the stars like in Hindi films. Mind you, I have nothing personal against Hindi films, but I have something personal against bad films. So yes, right from the starting, which shows his house and the sea, the lovely framing in the first half, to the stylization of the second half. The camera work is fantastic, and I think many of the car shots are also shot in studios. So the first half has a more realistic feel and the second half is more stylized, where Pastor JC is in full form, performing miracles and apparently wielding Christ-like powers, thus making fools of people and amassing wealth for his bosses and himself. The second half is not that predictable the way the script unfolds, although everything is not as surprising as a Netflix series, but this also has a lot of twists and turns. He becomes the boss himself, and he even demonizes the journalist who tries to challenge his miraculous ways, played by Shobin Sahib. And Nazriya Nazim's entry is fantastic. The song is fantastic. She is very well presented. Her character is very well introduced, and she comes into the picture to find out whether he is acting or is he really mentally unstable. So finally, what happens in the film is a girl child dies because pastor says, "Don't take them to doctors. Heal them with our products." You know what I mean? The rackets which run in our country, some may be genuine, but the religious organizations and they amass wealth for their own sake, and some of the wealth is have stacked up more wealth than governments. So then he realizes his mistake, he is pained, and then he exposes everything. The climax happens with a lot of twists and turns. Though I didn't like the last bit. In the end, it's a bit bizarre. But if you want to make the end bizarre, then you have to make the whole film bizarre. So the last bit doesn't work for me. That is, I don't know why they did that. And on a lighter note, Gautam Menon's jump in the end doesn't go very well. So what works is Fahadh Faasil all the way. You can watch the film with closed eyes for Fahadh. He is just superb. And of course Nazriya Nazim, Amal Nirad, and Anwar Rasheed, who has made a sensible, commercial, entertaining film. I will see his other films to understand his politics. So I would like to praise the Malayalam film audience because even commercial audience loves experiments. A special mention must be made to the songs and the background score. Superb. It's sure to take you into a trance. And one song is sung by Sneha Kanvalkar herself of Vasipur fame. And recently I reviewed two Malayalam films, Kumbalangi Nights and Mayanadi. You can't compare these three films. Of course, this is not as good as those, but it has its own charm and own masala, and of course, Fahadh Faasil. And please excuse me, I am not a Malayali, so if I have missed some nuances, please interact with me, comment, and y'all have been very gracious in commenting on my Malayalam film reviews. Y'all have given me a lot of love, and so, and just off the record, let me tell you for the record that two of my favorite films of all time are Piravi and Chidambaram. So please continue your support, the love which you have given me, which will motivate me to delve deeper into the history of Malayalam cinema, which has made a huge contribution to Indian cinema, like Bengali films of earlier times, Satyajit Ray, and of course you have Adur Gopalakrishnan and many others. So please like, share and subscribe, and stay safe, stay at home, stay sound. See you soon, inshallah.